Hello, dear learners. Welcome back to IELTS So, today we are diving into IELTS Writing Task 1, Letter Writing, a crucial part of general training exam. So, here you will either write a formal or an informal letter based on the given scenario. By the end of this lesson, you'll know exactly how to structure both types, the key differences, and the right vocabulary to use. So, let's get started. So first of all, understanding formal and informal letters. First, let's understand the key difference. Formal letter written to someone you don't know personally. For example, a company, manager, or an authority. Informal letter is written to friends or family members in a conversational tone. So every question starts with a question statement where it gives you the scenario context that you're supposed to write about. So here if it's given like write a letter or write an email and tell you who you are writing to. So this is very, very important because how you know something is formal or informal. So for example, write a letter to friend. So when we encounter about the friend, it's informal letter. Anybody else then friend or somehow personal relation is formal. Boss, business, anything else is formal. Well, what's about semi-formal? Within ours context, within ours GT, there is no such thing as semi-formal and it just makes it way more complicated for the student. So friend is informal, any personal connection is informal, anything else is formal. Then it will give you 3 bullet points always. This is going to show you the exact structure we are going to use, which I'll show you forward. So it's always written like write at least 150 words, and I'll suggest 160 words. If you miscount anything over 200, really is going to eat into your time that you should be spending on tasks 2. Anything around 160 to 200 is a kind of sweet spot. So dear sir or madam is another indication of writing a formal. If it is a friend, then it is always dear. Pick any friend's name after dear. So now we will discuss an example or writing task 1 question to understand it far better. So the question is, you recently stayed at a hotel and had a very disappointing experience. Write a letter to the hotel manager and your letter explain the problems you faced during your stay. Describe how the staff responded to your complaints. State what actions you would like the manager to take. So this is a formal letter sample. I will write it down for you for your better understanding. So here the situation is formal, completely formal because we are writing to this to a professional authority, which is hotel manager. So always use for formal language. So the structure of a formal letter is start with a proper salutation. Dear sir or dear madam, use polite and professional language. Avoid contractions. For example, I'm instead of I am. Conclude respectfully. So let's continue to the solution. I am writing to express my disappointment regarding my recent stay at your hotel from March 10 to March 12. Unfortunately, my experience was far from satisfactory due to several issues that affected my comfort. Firstly, the room I was assigned had a faulty air conditioning system, which made it extremely uncomfortable, especially during the night. Additionally, the cleanliness of the bathroom was subpar as I found it in an unhygienic condition upon arrival. Despite reporting these concerns to the reception staff, I was met with an unhelpful response. The staff assured me that maintenance would be arranged, but no action was taken throughout my stay. Moreover, I had to repeatedly request basic amenities, which further added to my inconvenience. Given this unpleasant experience, I kindly request a partial refund for my stay and an assurance that such issues will be addressed in the future. I believe that maintaining high service standards is crucial for guest satisfaction, and I hope you take this matter seriously. I look forward to your response. Yours sincerely, and your name. So this is how we cover all three bullet points with informational content in context and how we ended and concluded respectfully. So let's see how we can write the same question, the same letter in an informal manner to a friend. So the situation is same, but we are writing here to a friend about the same experience. So we use informal language. So the structure for an informal language is begin with a friendly greeting, use conversational and natural tone, use contractions. For example, I'm instead of I am, end on a friendly note. So let's see the question again. That is an informal letter question. You recently stayed at a hotel but had a very bad experience. Write a letter to your friend. In your letter, explain what went wrong during your stay. Describe how the hotel staff responded. Say what you plan to do about the situation. So let's move to the solution quickly. Hey, Mark, you can choose any name. I just got back from my trip and I have to tell you about the terrible experience I had at the hotel. I was really looking forward to a relaxing stay, but it turned out to be a nightmare. First, when I checked in, the room was nothing like the pictures online. The bedsheets had stains, the bathroom was dirty, and worst of all, the air conditioning wasn't working. It was so hot that I could barely sleep. To make things worse, the Wi-Fi, which they claimed was high speed, barely worked. I immediately complained to the front desk, and they said they had sent someone to fix the AC. But after waiting for hours, no one showed up. When I asked for a room change, they said they were fully booked. Even getting clean towels took forever. The staff seemed uninterested in helping, which was so frustrating. Honestly, I feel like I completely wasted my money. I have already written a complaint email to the hotel and I am considering leaving a bad review online so others don't fall for their false advertising. Next time, I'll make sure to read reviews carefully before booking. Let's catch up soon. I need a good laugh after this disaster. Take care, Yasmin. So here, for the informal letter, we have used a lot more contractions, like how you normally talk to people. We use some informal kind of idiomatic language. When we say about anything important meeting, in informal, we say, let's catch up. So this is how we can change a formal letter into an informal letter.